Hi, this is Naba Barkakati. I'm going to talk to you about advanced persistent threat. That's a new type of attack that's occurring quite frequently nowadays, where a remote attacker gets some code into your system and then is able to control that code remotely and try to get information about your network, spread around to other machines, and periodically perhaps send files back through some servers to the attacker. So it's a very sinister kind of a process, and I want to quickly explain to you how it happens. And later on we'll talk about how we might be able to defend against it. For starters, the remote attacker either might be doing basically infecting maybe websites with some code, so that when you go with your Internet Explorer you'll download it, or they might even try to target people specifically by looking at maybe social networking information from your social networks to get emails and other things, to send you a targeted email that's meant to entice you to click on maybe a link or perhaps open a document, in this case most of the time, so that if there are vulnerabilities in your web browser or Microsoft Office or Adobe Acrobat that are not yet patched, well, this software, this document will include code that's going to execute, that's going to try to install itself on the system. Now, when this malware typically runs, right away it tries to gather some information about your system and send that back by contacting a remote server. And then after that, it may in fact try to download a better, bad software with better capabilities. Typically these are remote access tools, or RAT, R-A-T, so that's a name used quite commonly, you'll see in articles and all. And that remote access tool is going to periodically contact a command and control server, in this case over here, and through that command and control server, the remote attacker is going to be able to provide instructions to this software for it to do. And these can be anything from getting a listing of files, collecting up information maybe into archive and break it into chunks and transfer it over to a server so the attacker can actually later on access it and upload it. So in a way, this attack is more sinister because when the attack first happens, when you get infected, you may not get any sign of any infection, as opposed to long ago when you used to have situations where various pop-up windows show up and explicitly you can tell that something has gone wrong. In this case, it's very hard to tell that something has happened. Nevertheless, this software that they installed, the remote access tool, does of course have to contact the remote, their command and control server. So it does have to do communications, which can be detected if we have the right kind of software and tools and all. And also, of course, if you patch your software, then possibly you won't get infected. So anyway, I'll talk more about defense later. Thank you.